Alright, you're going to go into your class, go down. This one we're going to work on the angle bracket this time. So click on that and get that started. And we'll go over this real quick, what's going to happen here. You're going to need to do an auxiliary view for this part of it right there. So it's 120 degrees right there, and these are all the numbers you need. It is not a metric part, so we're going to do it in English, and it's 2 decimal places on everything, but all the rest of those numbers are there. So if you need to reference Schoology, let's get back over here to our class assignments and click on that right there if you haven't yet, and let's get started. Okay, when this comes up here, the first thing I'm going to do is look at my units. I want to make sure I'm not in metric, and I'm going to go ahead and change this to 2 decimal places for this right here. I'm going to move on. I'm going to look back at this real quick and kind of try to figure out how I want to do this. I'm actually going to do it looking at it from, if this were the front, I'm going to do it looking at it from the left side. That way I can do my auxiliary view up and to the right when we do that. So, I'm going to draw this L-shaped thing on the front view right here. Create a new sketch. And view normal 2. Alright, so this was the one where I'm going to draw a shape that kind of looks like, oops, I'll draw this one out this way, drag this one down here a little bit, over. It doesn't look like it's all working out right, which is fine. We'll just make sure it all works the way we want it to. First thing I'm going to do is do a coincident constraint from here to the origin point, puts that on there. So none of this stuff is like exactly what we want, so that's got to be horizontal. That one looks like it's now vertical. This one I want to be vertical. This one I want to be perpendicular to this, and I also want it to be perpendicular to that. So that should make those parallel. Alright, and then some other numbers that we wanted to look at were thicknesses of things. So this is 0.62 all the way around. The angle's 120. So from that corner there out is 3.12 and down is 2.38. Alright, so I'm going to put a dimension on right here. It goes from here to here, and that is 120 degrees. Alright, and then this dimension right here is 2.38. This dimension right here was 3.12. And then we'll start looking at this thickness right here was 0.62. And if we're going to be serious about it, we'll say that this and this are equal. Alright, so that's our finished sketch there. I'm going to go ahead and extrude that, and when I do that, I'm going to extrude it symmetrically so it goes in both directions. I thought I just did that. There we go. So we'll do symmetric, we'll go in both directions, and the total thickness of that part was 2.74. Alright, so we'll go on to the front right here. I'm going to click a new sketch, view normal to that sketch, and I'm going to go ahead and put these 2 points on here. I'm going to put one here and one here. I'll horizontally constrain the 2 of them together, so now they're on the same level. I'll dimension this from here up to here is, from that line up to here is exactly 1 inch. The distance from here over, from this line right here to right here, is 0.62. The distance between the 2 of them is 1.5. Alright, those are both constrained fully. We'll move on to this. Alright, so here we go. We'll go put our holes in there. It's just a simple hole, just regular thing here. We're going to drill that 0.44. Let's see what we can get. We'll just do this one right here. That's the closest one if we round it up. And it goes through all. So we'll click that, and we'll click that. So that should be it. Alright. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to go up here, right click on this, click a new sketch, and view normal to that plane, so we can draw what looks like a T on there. So if yours positioned itself differently, this is what we're doing. We should be right on this plane. If it did it If it positioned itself a little different, that's okay. You can still draw the T in here, and it's going to be the same. It'll just be angled a little differently, probably up 90 degrees or down 90 degrees. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I was doing a horizontal constraint on that. I was trying to do them perpendicular. So let's go ahead. I'm going to start right here on this corner, because we could potentially make this easier, kind of go this way. There we go. I can do it this way. It's a little different, but I think that's the way most people's will come in. And if it didn't, you can do exactly what I just did to rotate it around if this makes you feel better. So I'll do a dimension from here to here. And this one was 0.62. The dimension across this one right here was 1.5. The dimension from here down to here was 0.62. Alright, then the thickness of this was 0.5. 0.5. I'm going to say that these two are equal to one another. So it gets those, they're the right thing. This dimension was, this one was 0.62. Alright, and then these two are equal to one another. So that centers that up. Now the only thing we got to do is get this last one down here, and that dimension from here down to here is 1.5. Alright, so we got that fully constrained. I'm going to click that, click this, so you can look at this way or this way. Alright, and then we'll click extrude. Going to extrude that so it removes it, so it's going to go through the other way, through all, and that should be it. Alright, there are some minor things here. Looks like there's a couple of fillets in there, and it says that our fillets and rounds are 0.12, so we can go ahead and do that real quick. We'll make that 0.12 right there, and that should be good. So we'll click this one, we'll click this one, go to the other side there, and click that one and that one. The reality is that it's probably also right in there. If we wanted to do that, you could do that. I don't know that I want to. Yeah, I do at this time. It gives it strength, so that's what we'll do that. Alright, so my part is now done. We'll right click on it, click new drawing, and we're not going to do anything. I'll prefer the inch, and I prefer B size. It's a little bit bigger paper. We don't have to. You could do A size if you wanted. So I'm going to bring this in, and that's going to be what my front view looks like there. I'm going to actually put this right about here, and I'm going to do a right side view like this, about right here like this. So this covers what the side of this looks like, and then my front is actually like this one. But I did this because I want to do my auxiliary view off of this plane right here, and I want to go up to about right there. So this positions all this stuff very nicely on here. I'm going to right click here, turn off all my tangents, right click again, show the hidden lines there. I'm not going to do any hidden lines or anything on this because it creates confusion with these other parts. So I'm going to go ahead and just worry about this one, and there's no center lines on that part right there, but this one there is. So we'll put center line right there on that, and we'll let that go the way that we see right here. So, alright, excuse me, go ahead and start putting some dimensions on, and I'm going to do one real quickly, do this one right here, because that was one of the first ones that I put on there. Go over here. We're going to change this to 2 decimal places there. Our angular precision, we're going to go back down to 0, so that covers that. Alright. We can do the thicknesses of these things right here too. We'll do a thickness of 0.62 there, thickness of 0.62 here. I'm going to do the overall length of this part right there. Ooh, that's not right. That's why I don't like fillets. So now it's going to make this weird. So I'm going to have to go from here down to here. That looks smooth. From here down to here. Right in the middle. Alright, so I got those two. Now we can start. Those are the overalls that we needed. We can do an overall that goes from, say, here to here. It gives us the overall width of the part, and it's a good place to put it because it gives a reason to use that dimension, or that view, that part of the view. So I'm going to go here from the bottom line to the center of that circle and put in 1 inch. Then I'll go from this line to this circle right here, put in 0.62, and I'll do another one that goes from here to here. And I'm going to make this one 1.5. That's right. I'll use the whole call out right there. I'll use the whole call out right there. And oops, I did it wrong. I'm using the whole call out right there to do that. And I'm going to change this to, say, 2 places. I want my cap lock on 2 places. Alright, so that covers all of those. Now we just go up here and start dimensioning this part. And let's just hope this goes smoothly. We'll go from here to here. That's 0.62. From here to here is 1.5. From here to here. Ooh, whoa, what happened there? Do a dimension. Goes from here to there. That's 0.62. This one, I'm actually go from here to here. Make that 1.5. Then I'm going to change this over here and do this thickness on this side over here. That one gets that length, and then we'll look at this. I'm going to put this one right here like this, 0.44, and I'll do this thickness right here, 0.62. Alright, so that's it. We're done. We're done the whole thing. And I'll go ahead down here. I'm going to double click on this right there, backspace, and this is called an angle bracket. And we'll go here. We'll call this one 164-7-43, and that's our part. All right, double click it. This is where you would create the PDF file, all of those stuff. You can click submit right here, and we're good.